Alright, y'all, I'm back with another one. Today we're going to be talking about this Florida OnlyFans mother here who starved her 5-month-old baby to death, man. This sounds wild as hell, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Also, hit that notification so you never miss a new video. This is fair use courtesy of World Star Hip Hop.
It's hard to not have your stomach turned reading it. In the arrest report, JSO officers that responded detailed that the baby's ribs were protruding from its body with its stomach caved in. And in the arrest report, it also says that medical officials noted the baby was extremely malnourished, weighing just around 7 pounds. And for some comparison and context, according to the CDC, the average weight of a 5-month-old boy is typically around 16 pounds, over double of that. The arrest report says, upon investigation, JSO was also given surveillance video showing McGowan abusing this 5-month-old boy, hitting him repeatedly, among other acts, in the clubhouse of her apartment complex just days before the child's death. Action News Jax's law and safety expert Dale Carson is a former FBI agent and police officer with decades of experience. He says this report paints the picture of a woman incapable of controlling her emotions.
Clearly, the behavior of the mother in this case is, well, it's tragic is what it is. I mean, it clearly is someone who has no ability to control her emotions, no impulse control.
Tanaya McGowan in Jacksonville took to social media after the incident, posting photos of what appears to be her now deceased child, saying the hospital still wouldn't tell her what happened. According to the arrest papers, McGowan also told investigators the baby had never been taken to the doctors after his birth, something Carson says is typical and usually intentional in the case of an abused or neglected child.
If a child had been in medical care, clearly they would have foreseen what the prognosis might have been if the child wasn't properly cared for, and they are obligated under the law to contact law enforcement and to disclose these issues.
Carson says in a case like this, with the alleged combination of neglect and abuse ending in the death of a child, that typically carries up to 30 years in prison. Carson also noted the fact that the abuse was memorialized, as he called it, or caught on video. A court would be more likely to go for the maximum sentence if there is a conviction. But he says cases like this don't typically go to trial. Instead, they typically end in plea deal agreements. For local coverage you can count on, live from the north side of Jacksonville, Logan McDonald, Action News.
Oh my goodness, man. Did y'all see... Just looking at that child, I know it's not properly getting the nourishment it needs, man. That woman is sick. And her mugshot, she looked like someone who's crazy as hell. Oh my goodness. Like, that's someone who clearly does not deserve to be a mother at all, man. If it were up to me, I wouldn't even take the trial, none of that shit. Just throw the book at this woman and call it a day. Please just call it a day. Now, I got an article here that I want to, go over real quick that I found about the whole situation, too. This is according to arrest report. This is about, there it is, the devil in the flesh right there. Miss, what's her name? Tanya Nicole McGowan. A 23-year-old mother in Florida was arrested for allegedly beating and starving her 5-month-old son to death. Tanya Nicole McGowan was taken into custody last week, charged with 1 count of each of child abuse and child neglect over the infant's death. Court records reviewed by Law and Crime show. According to an arrest report, medical personnel with Jacksonville Fire Rescue approximately at 6:17 p.m. on December 11th responded to a 911 call regarding an unresponsive infant at a residence located on the 14,000 block of Duval Road. Upon arriving at the scene, first responders located the infant and transported him to the University of Florida Health. He was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at the facility. Man, that child only got to live 5 months, 5 short months. Will never know what it's like to drive a car, ride a bicycle, throw a football, play basketball. Wow, man. This is sickening. At approximately 8:45 p.m., deputies with Jacksonville Sheriff's Office were dispatched to the hospital where the staff told them that the deceased child's mother, later identified as McGowan, had left the building right after her son was pronounced dead. Right after her son was pronounced dead, the document states. That is one evil woman. I don't care what anyone says. While the results of an autopsy were still pending, when the arrest report was filed, the medical staff was told a detective that the child was emaciated, I hope I'm saying that right, weighing only 7 pounds at the time of his death. The detective on the scene described the boy as appearing extremely malnourished, to the point where the victim's stomach was caved and rib cage protruded. Man. The victim's face was thin as his cheeks were sunken in, the detective wrote. A medical examiner determined that the infant was severely dehydrated and malnourished, finding there was no evidence of food in the child's stomach or intestines. Wow. You know, if you don't really want the baby, how about give it away for adoption with your stupid ass? I'll never understand the logic behind this, man. This shit is sickening. Investigators located McGowan at her home where she allegedly provided them written consent for the scene to be processed. Inside, detectives say that they have found the home cluttered with little to no furniture. Of course, there was a single container of baby formula and 2 bottles at the home, report states. This woman was a real piece of shit. Why would you? I don't understand this, yo. In an interview with the investigators, McGowan allegedly said that she put her son down around 8 p.m. the previous night. She woke up at 11 a.m. and did not check on the infant for another 3 hours, at which point she assumed the boy was still asleep. McGowan allegedly said that she fell asleep again, waking up around 6 p.m., making a bottle. She made an 8-ounce bottle and went to wake the victim, but he was unresponsive. According to the report, McGowan stated that the victim's eyes and mouth were open, but he was pale and cold to the touch. The manager of McGowan's apartment complex spoke to detectives and expressed concern of the well-being of the victim. The manager informed the investigators that the McGowan on December 6th was inside the complex area. When people were heard slapping sounds, they looked into the common area and found Tanya McGowan with the infant and another small child. Oh my goodness. Surveillance footage of the incident provided to investigators allegedly showed the following. Taina McGowan can be seen lying the victim on a couch and then walks away. The victim is covered in a baby blanket. The arrest report states McGowan returns to the victim, picks him up, and then forcefully slams him back on the couch. On the couch. She grabs the victim by the head and face and forcefully twists the victim's head to the side. She then covers the victim's head with the blanket, begins to forcefully strike him on the back repeatedly with an open hand. McGowan then allegedly grabs the victim by the face and twists his head before again covering him with the blanket and striking him forcefully on the back. Finally, she allegedly shown taking a large pillow from the couch and putting it over the infant's head before walking away. Okay, I can't continue to read this, y'all. I'm gonna leave a link. I don't know if there's more of this. This probably is, but I'll leave a link to this down below in the description. How could you do this to a 5-month-old child? That's what I don't understand. And why are people like out to have children? I'll tell you right now. I think both men and women should be medically examined for like sanity and if they're even capable, if they should be even allowed to even have children at this point, because this is getting really bad. You have a lot of women like this who have children and just abuse the hell out of them. Like, for what? I don't know, man. This is sickening. This has to be one of the most sickening stories I have ever covered. Like, that poor 5-month-old child will never got to live a full life. Never got to do anything. It's been Oh man, this is really bad. I really hope they give her the maximum penalty for what she did, because she deserves to rot in that jail cell for the rest of her days and never see the light of day again. She should not be out on the streets. She should not be mingling with people, talking to anybody. No, 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 no. Please lock this woman up and keep her in jail forever. For what she did to that child, she greatly deserves it. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Help me reach my goal of 500 subscribers. And I will see y'all in the next one.